Well, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
This is Tommy.
I'm Patty.
And Patty from AldermanFarms, and Tomas from AldermanFarms, along with the Pratt family homestead.
Woohoo!
And we are so excited today to introduce you guys to some wonderful friends of ours, a lovely little family at the Max Happy Homestead.
A lovely big family.
A lovely big family, that's right. Big family of little people, bunches of little people. And they are like country neighbors of ours. They live pretty close to us. We've known them for years, and we're happy to show you around their homestead and introduce them to you because we know you're going to love them as much as we do. Yay!
Yeah.
Yay!
All right, guys, we're here with
the Max Happy Homestead.
All right, we've had a great day here hanging out with them at their place. I want you to just let everybody know a little bit about yourself, what you're about, what you're doing, and what your channel is going to be all about. That's a lot of questions.
No, it is a lot.
Just tell us about you.
We're a family of 5 kids, and my wife homeschools. We love what we do. The main thing for us is we wanted to be more sustainable. We've been growing gardens. We've been doing some of those things, but our goal has been trying to tackle meat, tackle other items in our life, soaps and things, trying to be more natural. So our goal is to just let you experience that life with us. So
that's awesome.
That is pretty big.
How are y'all? A good bit before we had to make this thing stop.
she plays in the creek. We have a little creek going through. This is they eat some of that junk grass that they don't like. Because if you don't, you'll let it mature and then they don't touch it. They cut it. So what they'll do is they'll get the good stuff and miss the weeds and miss some of the grass that doesn't have a lot of protein. So what we'll do is put them in here, lock them in to where they kind of have to eat it.
Right.
And then that way the field stays the same all the way throughout. So, and then the Angus heifer. Now this Angus heifer we did not really want. She kind of came along with the other cows because they were used to herding. So we got her. She's annoying. Her moo is not even pretty. She gets on my nerves more than anything. But our goal for her is we're just going to literally breed her and then probably sell her as a pair or either sell her as a bred cow. Now the steer behind you, he is beautiful. I love him. He's got long hair. He's pretty as can be, but he's not. He doesn't come to you. He was raised in a field that was just a monster field. He was one of about 50 different steers. So we literally just got him just to have meat. So,
How old are
she was born in March of 18.
March? Okay, so it's about a year.
That's right, and he was born until they finish that off.
Right.
So I'll make them stay in this paddock longer than they're supposed to, even though they'll muddy this area up. I hate to not let them eat some of the grass because when you grow it back, it needs to be one level.
So how much hay do you also feed them and want them to take this down?
Normally when the ryegrass is up and we've got decent weather, I only usually give them a bale every 3 or 4 days, square bale.
Square bale.
Lately with all this rain, it's caused my grass to stop because it's gotten 70 degrees and back to 20 or 30 degrees. So it's kind of stopped my ryegrass from growing. So since spring grass is not in yet and ryegrass is starting to die, they're on hay a lot more. So I've been feeding a square bale to the big cows daily. Them usually a square bale every other day still. And you'll see they'll have that from this morning. They still have some left.
You produce hay or you gotta go get it?
No, we buy it. Which is terrible. She thinks she's bred. She's getting a little bigger bag. She is our youngest Jersey, but really the sweetheart. She's the leader of the pack. She leads everybody. She walks everybody. She gets them where they're supposed to go.
And she is a miniature Jersey?
She is a low line. So for instance,
line.
if you look at her,
I'm fine.
you see how low she is now compared to this big Jersey here. This is a full-size Jersey, which is Elsa.
Jenny?
She's the one we're milking right now.
Full-size Jersey.
That's a full-size Jersey. Now she is a young Jersey. She's only a little over 2 years old.
I'm fixing to say she's a lot smaller.
She was born in January of 2017. Now, the thing about her is the older she gets, the bigger her bag will get, the bigger she will get.
We're talking about the Jersey?
That's right, the full-size Jersey.
The full-size.
Now she will not get really any bigger than what she is standing-wise. That's as big as she gets.
Really tell by the way they just carry themselves.
That's right.
They look that it's a bull or a cow, can't you? I mean,
Right, definitely.
Yeah.
And he is strong. Now he is gentle as can be.
Right.
But now you never trust a bull.
He's sitting there looking at me right now.
And Jersey bulls you definitely don't trust. They're usually known to be more aggressive bulls.
Oh, okay.
But to be honest with you, he is just as gentle as can be. She's never had a calf. She's a heifer still, first time heifer. So when she breeds, my goal is he's going to throw off a real small cow.
Okay.
Now for beef farmers and big dairy operations, they don't want small
They don't
calves.
want
They
that.
want big calves. But for us that's trying to do more miniature style and low line, this is what we do. So we're trying to
That
get a
makes
smaller.
sense.
For us, what we realized is people like smaller calves for small homesteads, or either just as pets. I mean, they become like a pet.
I
So,
could see where it'd be really easy to have a cow end up being a pet. I can see that.
Especially his calf he threw off. Where we picked him up, we saw the little calf. The calf was probably going to end up being a smaller miniature, probably around 35, 36 inches, as high as she was going to get.
Yeah.
So for her, I mean, somebody bought her like that, and it was really like a pet. They were not going.
Yeah.
There was no goal in any other thing for her other than a pet. So. We've had these cows, especially Allie and the little heifer, the little Angus heifer. We've had those the longest. We've probably had them for about 2 years. The bull was our next. The steer was our next purchase, and then the bull, and then of course now Elsa. So we go from A, Allie, B, Beauty, C, Sizzle, because he's going to be on a plate. That's what his goal is.
Yeah.
D, Daddy-O, and E, Elsa.
Nice.
You do know that Sizzle doesn't start with a C, right?
We went with C just because we thought that was
Right.
a good deal. So.
Sizzle with a C. It's
Sizzle
a new-
with a C.
Sizzle with a C. It's a new thing. So
Yeah.
what is that? Is that the extent of your cow background?
Yes, pretty much.
Okay.
We've been raised around cows with friends and things like that, but for us personally, it is. That's all we've ever.
Cool.
This is the only ones we've ever owned. So
Cool.
but like even with her, you respect them, but you're not really scared of them anymore, just because that you learn them. Now I know when she's milking. I know when she gets tired. I know when she starts breathing hard, or she'll kind of step back. She's telling me, "Get done, finish up, or I'm gonna kick you." I mean, it's just simple as that.
Right.
I mean, if she gets to a point where she feels I'm going too long, she's gonna kind of give it a good little stomp, and not trying to hurt me, but she can hurt me.
Right.
But her goal is just to tell me, "I'm finished. I'm done." So we open the gate. We have a light switch right by the house.
Okay.
And the thing about a cow is they want repetition. So I flip that light on at 5:30. When I flip it on, she knows. She goes up and look, and on this other side of the field where they've been sleeping, they'll come stand right inside this barn on the other side.
Okay.
They know I'm getting everything ready. So I'll pull in, get the food out, put it all in here. And when I make that command, she'll just gallop all the way to the bottom and right up in this pen.
Oh. Okay.
My other Jersey and the bull, they'll make their way to the food bucket because they know when she eats, I get to eat too. So then they'll go over there and they'll start eating their little bit of food, just enough to get them away from me, and then she'll actually start eating hers.
Just enough for a distraction.
That's right. So our stanchion, I'll leave this closed just like this. I'll just have this one little bungee. That one little bungee will keep that 700-pound cow out.
It's crazy.
Because she knows that's not her size. So we'll have this undone. She'll walk right in. Now, a thing about a stanchion, I know everybody builds the V stanchion like we've got. But to be honest with you, I never close her head in there, because every time for her, what I've learned with her, she that gets her a little panicked.
Okay.
So instead of closing like you typically would close her in, like you've seen in anything, you close her head in, she wants to kind of come back. So what I've learned to do is just leave it open, and I'll chain the back. So that's enough comfort. She doesn't move. That gives her a little room just to take one step back, and she's good. Now every once in a while she'll readjust, and I'll let her readjust, and I'll come back and start milking her again. But I put enough food in here. We use a creep that's made here, a sweet feed basically, that has really nothing in it other than just a little sweetness to it, and cotton oil and a little corn. But we use a good dairy breed pelletized feed from North Mississippi. So we try to keep it all local, all Mississippi grains. So basically it has about 20% protein in it.
Okay.
So it's good for her. Remember, the more you feed a cow, whatever it be, if it be alfalfa pellets or if it be just straight hay, the more you feed them, the more they're going to produce. For us, when we bought her, she was one of the ones that only produced about anywhere from 3/4 gallon to 1.5 gallons. That's just kind of her range, 10 to 12 pounds. Now, they had some cows that were producing 3 to 5 gallons.
Right.
We didn't need that. So for us, that doesn't benefit us because we'd be wasting milk at that point. And really, we go through about 1 gallon a day, so it worked out perfect for us. So we're right on, and she's right on. So she's done good. There's some days, if it's raining nasty, she'll blow a little harder. She may not want to milk as much. But then there's some days she's ready, and she'll stay there as long as you can to to get her milked out. So.
Well, I love pigs, so I just have to say, if you had extra milk and you had
give to
pigs,
pigs.
and
That's
well,
exactly
say
right.
if you had pigs and
Yeah, well, they got two coming.
He's gonna have two coming.
Oh,
Two
all
coming
right.
from AldermanFarms.
I see you put an ad up, Tommy.
Yeah, I actually made the announcement today that we're ready to start taking deposits. So
That's awesome.
I already had a fella send me $200 this morning.
Nice.
He paid in full for 2 already
Good
this morning.
job.
The thing for us too is now if we have a calf in which we'll have 2 off them because they're both hopefully bred by Daddy-O. If at that point I don't mind how much they produce because pretty much the calf will get the rest or the pigs.
Right.
Right now with us not having calves and not having the pigs here, the less waste the better. So
Right.
we
Oh,
have
yeah.
just enough. Usually our milk we don't have more than about a gallon from the day before. So
Right.
it never gets to a point where we run out. So. But at the same time, we never have any excess, so it works out perfect for
Now
us.
at Deep South Homestead's gathering, was that you and I that were talking about getting another calf and throwing it on the cow as well?
Yes, well that's
Okay.
what BW Farms was doing, and so
Oh,
basically,
okay.
you can make like for instance, we won't milk 2 cows to keep personally for us.
Okay.
Because in Mississippi you can't sell raw milk.
Right.
So what we will do is actually, hopefully, Allie will be the one that we're going to start milking in the stanchion. Elsa will most likely become our nurse cow. So
Okay.
what we will do is hopefully have her calf and hopefully another calf or 2 to put on her, and then that way they'll just grow off with good Jersey milk, and we can sell them or slaughter them or
You
get rid
can't
of
sell the raw milk, but does Mississippi have any herd share laws?
them. I don't know that. That would be a question, Tommy.
You don't
I don't think so.
I don't
Mi-
think
Mich-
so
Michigan,
either.
you're not allowed to sell raw milk, but if you have a herd share, that's a completely different story. Where
Right.
technically that person owns a portion of your cow, so they get a portion of their milk.
I could look into it. I really don't know.
Yeah,
to be
I'm not
honest with you.
sure. I think at one time you could sell milk to people who wanted to feed it to their pets
Right.
Wink, wink.
For non-human
for
consumption.
non-human
Right.
consumption.
Right.
Now, what they do with it when they get home is their own business.
Is their own
Right.
business, right?
But for us, I mean, again, I don't need 3 or 4 or 5 gallons a day. Plus, I don't need to hand milk for an
Right.
hour and a half. I couldn't do it.
Oh,
So
yeah.
for us, my goal is hopefully the one cow will be milking, the other cow will be hopefully just being a nurse cow. What we've done, we built this first greenhouse. This greenhouse, me and Aiden built by ourselves, and we had nothing around it. It was a mud hole. It literally this is all raw ground. So when we built this, that's what we had. Well, we started putting more stuff in it, so we couldn't utilize it anymore. It's too
Right.
small. So now that doubles as a hay shed. So we put our square bales of hay in there, and it'll fit about 45 square bales of hay stacked on top of each other. So that's what that's become. We don't even use it as a greenhouse anymore. I mean, we can, but we just don't need it. So that's why the winter, we don't even worry about the winter or nothing. So what's so funny about these raised beds, we had like 2 or 3 strawberries, 2 or 3 mints, and 2 or 3 catnips. Well, because we've done the runners, we've split them, we've propagated them. Now we've got a whole bed of mint and strawberry and catnip, and our mint, you can see, is taking over.
Oh yeah.
And our strawberries have too. We bought like 3 or 4 strawberry plants, and now we're up to about like 40. I mean, we don't know what to do with them all. We
That's
started
awesome.
selling them actually.
Oh, yeah. That's awesome.
So we've got them in the greenhouse. Missy's been propagating and
I would say
splitting those.
this green bed here, boy, the people in Michigan are going to be jealous to see that.
Yep, and see, that's actually, we cut a lot off of it, and we've let some go to seed. We just planted some sunflowers in there because ultimately this lettuce will start dying.
Yes.
So, and we've already let some other stuff go to seed. We had some arugula, we had some cabbage on the other side. We still have some broccoli that's still growing, so it's on the other side. If y'all remember, last week it went from 70th to like 25.
Yeah.
We had all these beautiful, this was gorgeous bed of potatoes. They were up about 4 inches, 5 inches off the ground. Gorgeous. And all of a sudden we lost every one of them
We were
last
at Danny
week.
and
so-
Wanda's Deep South Homestead's
Yep.
place, and he showed me his potato beds that he said a week ago or whatever, that they were
Absolutely.
beautiful, they were super high, and now they're dead.
We had about 55 in a few different raised beds, but this one was the best. Man, it looked so great, and I lost every one of them. So
I
now we
wonder
got to
if they're gonna
replant
come
those.
back. You
I don't
know
know. We dug up one the other day, and it looked like it still had some good roots on it. So we're going to just wait for about a week, and then once we see if it comes up, we're
I
gonna leave
seem
it
to
alone.
think Danny was right, and Danny had thought that he had read that they have a really good chance of coming back.
I hope they do.
Okay.
Yeah, I hope they do.
But of course,
Greenhouse. Then we'll look at the other stanchions.
This is what we're gonna have, Mike, soon. This layout right here.
Including the building.
The building and the greenhouse.
It's the best way to
Well,
go.
I'm gonna have dirt on my floor though.
Oh, that's right. We're actually building a raised bed on this other side, and gonna have a dirt element.
Rainy day or something. Everything out and do my canning. And, because, last year we had a hard time.
We got our tomatoes in ground late, so they were.
We just planted about 150 tomato and peppers. What's so funny? We have our aloe. We had one aloe plant, and that one aloe plant has made about 40 aloe plants. So we're going to have to split them again because you can see they're all starting to grow again.
Nice.
That's the part that I love about this, is being able to learn from other people. I was telling her that you told me a few weeks ago, I was telling you about growing our tomatoes and how we didn't have enough to make sauce and how upset I was about that, and you were like, you know, you can freeze them. I was like, no, I didn't know that. You know, we weren't raised doing this, so for us it's still just a learning process. But we'll have lots of tomatoes this year.
Yes. We literally planted like 150 or 160 tomatoes.
We have lots
We
of tomatoes
typically do
this year.
60 to 80.
Yeah,
We
60
usually
to
do about
80.
40 to 50 now, but this year we said, you know what, we're doing it.
And I hope to have enough to even bring to the farmer's market. You know, that's my goal.
Did you tell them about the rotten tomato?
I did. I told her. Yeah.
We had one rotten tomato,
It had a little worm in it.
and so we took it, and Misty got the seeds out and made 10 plants. Now it's about 6. Took those and made those plants.
Come on.
So now one rotten tomato has made like 3 generations of tomatoes.
That's super
Yeah.
cool.
That's great.
Just these. That's these. I have my
The lettuce
packet
growing in
closed
it.
with
Yeah.
all
We
of
took the
these.
compost and now we got lettuce growing in.
Jenny, what do you think people in Michigan are going to think about that bright green lettuce out there?
We don't know what green is. We don't know what green is. up
Tomatoes
there.
on tomato plants. I mean, I can't
It's
remember the last time
crazy.
I held a fresh tomato. Holy moly.
It seems like we've been in winter forever. Which we kind of have.
I feel like
6
we've been in
months now.
slop.
Yeah. This is a clipping of oregano.
Yes. My sister
So-
just sent me a clipping of hers right before it got cold, so I'm hoping it grows back.
Yay.
But I could not get oregano, and then she's got this whole bed. She's like, it just
Takes
exploded.
over.
It did.
Mine is starting to do that. So this was clippings of rosemary, and you can see that
Yeah.
they're not doing the best in the world, but they probably really need to be transferred into something bigger. And I told Colby, I've just come out here the other day and everything. I was like, okay, I need to feed everything. Like, it's starting to get warm and it's really going to take off on growth. So that was my goal the other day. And this is clippings of mints. These are all mints. So, and a lot of this is like I told Colby, I was so nervous about the winter just taking everything away
Yes.
from us again, that I learned last year I wanted to do clippings. I wanted to learn what goes to seed. The deals have done great. I'll walk out there and show y'all those. I learned how to take up strawberry shoots and do strawberries. So all of that is just process things that over time we've just learned how to do.
Yeah.
Our goal really for this year was to learn fruit. We have struggled with fruit. We have a pear tree, we have a peach tree, we have an apple tree. In the first year or two, we got like one apple, and we couldn't figure out why. Well, we really started looking into cross-pollination, understanding they need another variety of their own self. Our blueberries have done great. They're lined out there, and we pick a ton of blueberries. But any of the fruit trees, you might have one apple, or you might have one peach that gets the size of a peanut and then dies. So this year we've really tried to plant other cross-pollinating versions of itself to try to really get it to where it's doing better. So. We've got the corral started. We just got to put gates everywhere. But this is a smaller extension. So same V. The thing different with this one was we wanted to bring her closer because it's miniature cattle. So we built this to where it pulls her closer. We can move this. This is just built for Allie, so I know her size. So it kind of kicks her butt closer to me to where I can milk her. But you see this one's a lot lower stanchion. It's all I need for a cow that only stands 40, 44 inches tall. So, but same principle as the one you've seen, other than it has the 2x4 really that just kind of brings her into me a little bit better. And so our plan with this, you're going to have one cross fence that goes from field to field. Right now we just walk them with a bucket of food. I mean, they follow us with no problem. But just because we get younger cows and calves, we're fixing to make a path straight through here. This area we've actually cleared out already. We're going to build a chute with a cattle, a head gap right there, to where if they're coming off this chute, they'll come right here, and this is where we will band them, or this is where we will take care of them if they're needing some kind of medication or whatever it may be. They'll be done right here. So, but right now it's just we just have it, and we'll bring the calves usually over here. We'll bring our jerseys over here usually, and let them just eat this grass while those are healing. The whole purpose of this is really just to get them away from that grass to make it grow, to bring them over here for about a week or two and then put them right back
That's
over
what I was
there.
about to ask. So every week, 2 weeks, depending on weather and rain and everything, you would flip them back and forth.
Usually every Friday I'm moving
Okay.
cows.
Okay.
That's what I do. Now, they could probably go a little bit quicker or a little bit longer, depending on what you want. It's just for us, that's usually my best day to do it. So
Right.
that's the day we do it. And then, like I said, if they, like the little calves, they still are lacking some grass. So I'm gonna leave them there before I bring them back over here.
Okay.
So. But again, now you'll see over across here, that's not fenced. We put temporary fencing up all across that and behind the garden. And the whole purpose of that is just where we can move them in smaller paddocks. It's already got summer grass and you see it starting to grow. So our goal there will be, we'll put them over there when we redisc these, get rid of the rye, and then putting the fescue and Bermuda back in here. So as these heal, once they eat this ryegrass down, they won't come back in here until that summer grass is fully gone.
Okay.
And we'll replant this and make sure it's growing. So we'll have a good few weeks before they come back over here at all.
Cool. Like, oh my God.
We have let ours in our we had the above ground pools with the kids growing up, and they have cleaned it out in March before. But they were a little
we don't even
cold.
put ours up until June, maybe even July.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I can imagine being so far up north, but so all of these little sprigs were all deal that I got off the deal heads and kept the seeds and put some soil out there, put some soil in one of the little containers and sprinkled them around, and they just sprouted up. They're a little delicate trying to get them
They're very
out.
delicate, yeah.
So what I did yesterday is just got a cluster and pinched the top and just scooped it up and set it in. I found that to be the easiest way, because before I was trying to pull them out and they would just go everywhere. So I found that to be the easiest thing yesterday.
Now,
So-
saying that you didn't care about this broccoli, or care for it, do you know what kind it was?
you have some planted in your
R-A-A-B. It's stem broccoli.
It's this right
'Cause
here.
Whatever, I don't know what kind we have without looking at
this
my
right
seed
It's
packet.
not. They don't make
We-
heads. It makes
didn't
just
Right.
stems.
That's
Oh.
it. So you would put this on salad. You can eat the flowers too.
Yeah, yeah.
So you can put this on salads, and see, my girl, they're not crazy about that. Like, they want like
A head
the
of broccoli. Yeah,
right.
well, we got ours looks very similar to this. I don't remember exactly what kind it was, like I said, but we did not care for it. They would try it, and they said there was like a spice to it.
Really?
So we just fed it straight to the pigs because they want to eat it. So
Yeah, yeah,
I want to
pigs
try
like
a
it.
different broccoli this year.
Bandana Gramma in the house.
I'm
And-
sorry.
And Mick Dagger.
You were receiving them up to the house.
Faithful Lombardi.
But I do.
Yeah,
I don't like
went
whatever
to
it is that we
Lombardi
have,
to the
and the
corner
kids don't like it either. So we're gonna try something. And we've
Coffee
never
shop,
tried
pizza place.
cauliflower. We've never tried
It was
that. So we're gonna
impressive.
try that this year
It
too,
established
because
in
they're all loving
1905,
that. So
but inside,
hopefully I have good luck. But
beautiful. I mean,
yeah, I don't think
It's
that's
beautiful
It is
plant,
beautiful.
plant. Just they're not fond of it, so I fed those plant food yesterday and that one, and hopefully they'll keep making. Like I said, I had a friend. I went to her house and it was like May, and it was just so big and beautiful. So I'm just gonna let them keep going, and hopefully we can get some harvest off of it. And my girls love carrots, so we did some carrots, and they come out here and pull them up, and we'll take them inside and wash them and eat them as a snack.
But I'm not gonna lie. As I'm walking down the hall and I notice room 308 right here, I went up to the door and I was gonna start banging on it, but I didn't.
I couldn't hear it because she had something out there. So I kept turning the TV louder and louder, and it's still, my head was at 52. So I still couldn't. But I'd seen the movie. I was watching Thor was playing like okay, and I'd seen it.
They
We
lay
find
in the
ours all
boxes.
over the place.
And I'll tell you, we used to.
But I've been thinking still of going more to this because
Yeah.
the chickens do get in the garden. They
Yeah.
do peck the tomatoes.
We were clipping wings.
Yeah.
And they would just laugh at us like, "Are you kidding me? You know,
That's
this
it.
is not going to stop me from jumping over this fence."
Jenny was frustrated last year.
Yeah.
She was clipping wings like crazy.
Yeah.
And they were in there tomatoes.
We did just like we were supposed to clip this.
Jenny, this is a great idea. Oh, you can keep recording if you want. Oh, I was gonna say, this is a great idea for like do garlic. Take a bunch of powder, cut them in half. I mean, this just looks like compost you guys have made,
Oh,
is
it
it?
is. Well, actually, what we did, we took the compost that we made, put on bottom. Actually, underneath all this was rotten hay that we did not use for the chickens one year. So we took that rotten straw hay and put underneath it, and then come on top of that, put our compost, and then we used the topsoil on top of that.
Yeah, so we can make a bed like this, like we've done in the past. Is old barn clean out, old wasted hay, horse
exactly what we
poop,
did.
all this. Cook it in here for a little while,
Well,
and then plant.
Man, we had these flats that we just had laying around. I said, you know what, let's use them. I said, it's going to fall out, but because it's so thick and dense underneath with the hay, it doesn't come out. I mean, you'll see a little bit, and the only reason this came out is because we reapplied some topsoil when we come back and put the onions and potatoes in. You'll see we have the garden over there, and then the only other two things, we have bees over here, and then we have, of course, the old fields over there. That's it.
Keep 2 pigs for ourselves.
Yeah.
2 full-size pigs. And then last year we had the 2 deer. I mean, that was a lot of meat. I mean, even the small one that I hit, I mean, it was a small one. I think we got 25, 28 pounds of meat out of it or something. I mean, that's 25 meals, right? Maybe.
Yeah.
And so then we did buy half a cow last year too. But still, we haven't been to the grocery store.
Right.
And then that half a cow we got at $2 a pound hanging weight.
Oh, wow.
Plus the butcher. The grand total came out to $2.89 a pound for the meat in our freezer. So we're eating porterhouses at $2.89 a pound.
And I think that's not good. So I have been. I just got some pictures. I mean, I just got her number. I need to send her some pictures and find out what to do with that.
Do you trim your trees at all?
It's never really grown.
Well, one thing that we were told is like these lower ones you want to cut off. Basically, you want to pick ones like this that are going out. Ones that are going up, you don't want to keep. You want ones that come out, and that'll help to entice it to grow more. We had a huge rat problem in our barn before we got our barn cats, and we talked about getting one of those, but where we have the cats and stuff, the goats and chickens and ducks are down below, and then the other barn, the horses in, and we're like, how is that going to affect our animals?
Yeah. We want to drive our animals crazy, but we want the rats to go away, so we went cats.
But they're getting better. And maybe, I think I told this to you, maybe take a year, because we're planning on the fall of last year, the year before. So in spring they're still so young. Now this year they've had a good 18 months, 20 months to kind of just be in the ground, do good. So we plant a garden. This is the garden for us. Now we have another spot we plant just for like turnips and things like that till we give the chickens and things like that. Now we'll grab some stuff out if it looks really good, but other than that, it's really for them. But this is where we plant most of all our garden. Our garden has sustained us. We've not bought vegetables that we produce really for the last 3 or 4 years. Now, if the kids want something different and we don't plant it like edamame, we love soybeans, but we can't grow them really good here in bulk. So that's the kind of stuff we buy, but like as in peas, cucumbers, tomatoes, squash, zucchini, corn, all that we have here and have abundance. We still have some from last year, but we plant that little section right there with corn, and we'll usually make about 100, 150 ears. That's plenty for us. And then of course we do heavy rows of peacock purple hull and butter beans and things like that. This year we're going to do a lot more pole beans on trellises. We don't do a lot of pole beans, but the kids start liking string beans and pole beans, so we're going to start doing a little bit more of those this year. So. To kind of help sustain some of the others, especially when it gets cold. But this queen that's so great, we actually just took her to another apiary and tried to start another hive apiary up there because she is so strong. So what we'll do is hopefully she'll keep on making good bees, and then we can keep on growing that hive.
So almost all the recipes call for 4 cups of vinegar. So I make it half vinegar, half water. But then I do all kinds of different flavoring things, like jalapenos in there, or red pepper. I like spicy. Red pepper flavor. And me and the kids all loved them. I was like, I made them expecting that I would hate them, and we love them. I was digging into Patty's pickled quail eggs yesterday.
I can eat pickled quail eggs because they're small.
It's just bite size and you're done.
Yeah, it's good. He always just ate on his shit. I took a big month, but it's like, I can't tolerate it. It's just too much.
Well, so I got the recipe out and I found a
My girls
recipe
are all
for some
5 and
sweet and
7.
sour.
I think one of them, Jonas,
Make it
is
with
probably.
little skin.
You
You know you're a homesteader when you got baby chicks in your laundry room. That's awesome. That is too cool.
And then an incubator behind it.
Yeah, I want to show y'all. I'll show
okay.
y'all the babies.
Oh yeah, I want y'all to see her incubator because she's been pleased with it.
Oh yes, because we're
Come in here and turn the
we're in
light. We'll
market.
turn
Can
the
you
light
guys
off.
Okay. Jenny.
We hatched those babies out. Mr. Tommy, the one that I helped hatch is right
Yeah?
here.
Come on. Well, I would have not given you a nickel for that one's chances to live.
Well, you know, she struggled, and I thought, well, I'm going to help her, and if she lives, she lives, but at this
Yeah.
rate, she's not going to live. So I was glad that I helped her. She's done great.
Yeah,
You're
well,
so-
you taught me something, you know, because
She just
we had
couldn't
not
get
had-
out of that shell. It was the
Yeah.
craziest thing I've ever seen.
Nothing cuter than
Baby chicks.
baby chicks or baby
Except
birds
baby
in general.
pigs.
Baby pigs.
And baby goats.
How many homesteaders can we fit in the laundry room?
Now, if this is something y'all's kids have never seen, we need to get them in here and let them look.
Oh,
at
no, we
this.
have.
I was looking
Okay,
at this
y'all.
egg incubator.
Yeah,
yesterday.
we've
Okay,
incubated
Miss
quite a
Patty,
few.
if you'll flip that light.
I've never seen this done.
We're trying to decide on an incubator to get. We believe ours has issues.
Y'all have this kind of
Okay,
incubator?
so
No.
this is the one that looked so great last night. Look at that.
Look at
Isn't
that.
that beautiful?
Yeah, we've got a couple videos
That's
with some
awesome.
stuff. That is
Oh,
so
wow.
I've never seen
Isn't
that.
that amazing?
That's awesome.
Cool.
So cool. Look,
Oh,
it's moving.
Take Misty, and that's just a regular flashlight?
It is.
Awesome.
Jenny has a similar one that she'll use to candle the eggs as well.
So all of our 8 of these 9 are good, and obviously this is the one that glows up. This one's no good.
Oh yeah.
So the rest of them, now these are a little bit harder to tell because the color of the shell. Oh, I almost dropped that baby. But you can see good veining in there. You can see it moving around. But those green ones, oh, the view is just so beautiful.
Yeah.
So you can see that baby
Look at
moving.
that.
Awesome.
How far along are these?
These are 11 days now.
Jenny, wasn't some of our craziest movement in eggs? Wasn't that duck eggs?
Oh yeah, the duck eggs. That was
So these are my favorite. You can really see in those. That veining is so good in there.
That is so cool.
Huh.
It's so neat.
So Miss Patty, has Tomas ever seen this?
Probably not.
Oh yeah, so he just couldn't get mad enough. Well, actually, that was a sweet one. I can't believe he didn't get mad.
The live culture in it, the plain,
Yeah.
the yogurt came out so much better. And then once I used that, I've been saving some and just using that each time. We haven't gone and bought more store.
Right. I got some from Cultures for Health.
Uh-huh.
I think it's Bulgarian yogurt store.
I've heard of it.
Really love that at home.
Okay.
I'll send you home some if you want to try it because it does make a nice thicker yogurt,
Right.
like store bought.
Right.
You know what we're used to from the store. If you want to
Because I
try it.
have watched a video on that, and I told Kobe, I was like, it was almost kind of like they were eating almost like a soup consistency.
Yes, very
Yeah,
friendly.
And I was
homemade
like, I
yogurt.
don't know.
But the last batch I strained, we accidentally strained it a little too long. I mean, there is no too long. There is no, it's you,
You made
right?
some
Whatever.
yogurt cheese.
I made some, I mean, it was thick ice cream yogurt.
So you
And,
just strained it.
and that's your way.
Get to a yogurt consistency, is that what that is?
Yeah, well so yogurt is basically a ferment, right? And so basically incubate that.
Really? Yeah, so we let our goats clean our barn up for us.
Poisonous or choke someone?
Poisonous. It's something the goats can eat anything. No, goats can't eat
But
anything.
all you have to do.
Goats like to taste everything.
They can eat poison ivy.
Oh, yes, yes.
I need them at my house.
Yes.
All that is it's basically like pressure food. I mean, there's no. Like the worst thing ever to do that, you can see this is that 2 years ago.
Those green peppers.
Green, like bell peppers? Or?
Yeah, bell peppers. I cut them up and I put them all in the jar all nice, thinking I'm gonna water bath.
Okay, yeah, okay. So the first time we ever pressure canned, I had to get going for work, and we didn't know we had to pressure can. What was it, Jenny?
It was green peppers.
Green peppers Jenny had cut up. She had the water bath canner ready to go, putting them in the jars, and she's reading through the ball book again. She's like, it says pressure can. We had the pressure canner on our we had glass top stove, and the pressure canner is going, and we have this brick wall that comes right here. And as that thing's rocking and rolling, and we're making it sound more awful than it is. But Jenny is hiding behind that brick wall like,
That would be me.
I needed to turn it down because I had it turned up too high. And so I used the longest set of tongs I could find, and I had a towel. And I walk over and I reach behind it and smacking the burner thing, trying to turn it down.
That would so be me.
I'm like, it's not going down. I'm messaging because he left for work. I'm like, it's not stopping.
I said, well, I said I won't win the Red Star Yeast Award because I don't use any yeast in my sauce. Right. Oh my gosh, slightly.
So there'll be a link in the description of this video that will take you straight to the Max Happy Homestead YouTube channel. And we hope that you'll jump over and subscribe and tell them that we sent you. Or tell them that the Pratt sent you. Huh, Pratt?
Yes.
We don't care. Just show up. Give them some love. And we know that you're going to love the Max as much as we do. Thanks for watching.
Such gracious hosts all day long here with us, and they have some fantastic stuff going on.
Yes, they do.
Absolutely. So follow along on their journey with us.